Yo guys, what is happening? Welcome to Untitled Games and welcome to another episode of our How to Build Things series. I'm going to call it. I would call it the Mod City series, but we're not on the Mod City series world. So I'm here on another world that I've been working on quite a bit over the last little while. You guys have probably seen it. You'll remember seeing it. I've been doing a couple different lake house builds and stuff of that nature on here. And I'm excited today because I wanted to actually come on here and show you guys one of the cooler things I get to build, which are the boat houses. And just for anybody who doesn't know, a boathouse is essentially just a garage for boats on the water. And yeah, that's basically it. There's nothing really else going on there. So I wanted to come on here today, though, and show you guys basically how to build one. And yeah, that's about it. So let's go ahead here and start off here. I feel like I have a couple pretty good designs. The goal with this one is that it will be three different garages or three different slips. And then it will also feature an upper sort of relaxing area with some outdoor. It's gonna be like it's gonna have a roof on it, but it'll be like a little outdoor living space. You'll see it once it's all done. But here's my goal. I'm going to try to build it right off this point here, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. So here we go. I'm gonna get going and started with some. Maybe what we'll use is some cyan terracotta. I think that always looks good. Let me get my hotbar out here. So the goal will be to have a dock that actually comes off the side of the boathouse here. And the boathouse is all going to be one block above the water. So just like this and something like that. I'm also going to make it floating so it kind of sits off the shore a little bit, just like so. And so here we go. Let's figure out, first of all, I think we should figure out how far out we want to go. So let's go ahead and start here. Let's go out maybe 5 blocks. Let's go out another 5. And let's go out one more section of 5. And that should give us plenty of room. Then I'm going to go ahead here and also grab some spruce planks, just like so. And I'm going to use spruce flooring on the inside. Now, the key here is going to be to leave enough room for the actual boat to go. So if this is the front of the boathouse, it's going to look something like this. I'm going to grab some buffers. If you don't have these, this is part of the Archimedes ships mod, and it will allow actual boats to park in here. But if you don't have these, just go ahead and use some more planks. But what we're going to do here is we're going to count out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What we'll do, I think, is that we'll go to here, and we'll do a nice little curve feature here as well that allows for the boat to sort of fit in. So this is the width of it. It's going to be 5 blocks wide, so 3, 4, 5, that's perfect. So that will be the entrance of the first garage, and that will actually make up the slip that the boat would park in. And in fact, we could even make this a little bit longer. Let's go ahead and extend it by 1 so you could fit some, slightly larger boats in here potentially, just because we probably only need about a 3-block wide walkway here in the back area. And so that's the first slip. The second one's going to go something like this, where we're going to build it up to that. We're going to put our shore buffer, or if you don't have them, use some planks that are on the other side. And we're going to copy and basically build one more of those slips like so. And we're going to do this 3 times. These are actually very simple and quick to build, which is why they're very cool. But they also add a lot of really great aesthetics to, a Minecraft lake house or whatever it is that you're building. They're definitely a cool thing to have. And then what we'll do is we'll go one more over. We could leave it like that and just have a square, but I think it's going to look best if we build it out as 3 different slips. So the idea here is that one will go like this. We're going to put one more of these in there. So this one will come around here. And don't worry about the land here. We will just sort of incorporate it into the actual boathouse. So we're going to come out like so. And then this is going to actually be built off like this. We're going to come out here, and this will make up the last wall. Now there's tons of different approaches and styles you can take to these. I've done quite a few of them in the past where I'd have, 2 slips inside and 1 outside, or I could do all 3, but I'd have some different roof designs. There's a whole bunch of different things I've done. So this is just one way to do it. I like this style quite a bit. We're going to start off here with 5 blocks here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just going to continue them along the back here. But yeah, there's plenty of different designs and some cool stuff. I could show you guys some more if you're interested. So just leave a like on this video and let me know. And I'd be happy to go ahead and make some more. If we go 4, 5, that's perfect. That gives us this, which will actually be the main entrance into this boathouse. And it'll look something like that. So here's the idea now. We're going to come up 3. We probably only need to come up 3, but I think we're going to come up 4 just to be safe, just like so. And let's see what that does for a garage for us. So if we brought the garage up like so, we brought 3 blocks just like that, then we could come up and around it like so. And that will give us a fairly nice looking garage. So that's perfect. Let's go ahead and actually grab that garage, and then we'll just go ahead here and paste it all the way along the line. So just like so, and then just like so. And now we've got all the garages in place. This would also make for a really great base if you were playing mod Minecraft with the Archimedes mod, or if you were just playing single player survival and you wanted to have some boat parking in the bottom. Obviously you wouldn't need this much of it, but it would make for a really cool spot to have a base suspended over the water like this in basically a floating house. So that's kind of the goal here. I think I'm going to be using the black windows on this one just because I think they look pretty good. And what we're actually going to do, we're not going to do that. We're going to build it up 1 block like so. Then we're going to come up, I think, maybe even just 2 blocks like that. Actually, no, we'll come up the full 3 and add for some really nice windows. Yeah, let me go around and place all those windows in just like that on all of these back walls, all the side walls, everything that's not the front. All right, so I've now got all the windows in place. The door is going to go right here, and we'll build a nice little dock area on the back side of this. But that's what it's looking like so far. So we got a pretty nice design going on. We've also got to finish up just real quick here the front windows. So I'm just doing this sort of stretched out design for these ones. This will end up looking, I think, really cool as well. And I'm just sort of making this up as I'm going. Now, again, I built quite a few of these, so I think I know what I'm doing. But that's looking pretty good so far. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take the spruce here, and I'm going to place or paste the entire thing up here. So we'll set that to 5-1, and that's not what I wanted actually. We need it to be 5-1 like so. And that gives us a nice second story here to start working on. Now the plan for this story is pretty simple. I'm just going to go up, again actually we'll go up 4 blocks, so just like so, but it won't have any windows. It's just going to be totally open concept. I think on this wall right here, I'm actually going to remove the glass, and on the last 3, so I'm just going to build this in like so. On the last 3 here, I'm actually going to have a staircase that comes out here and takes you up to the second story from the outside, because it is an outdoor living space. I think this is the most sort of appropriate approach that we can take. And again, it will allow access from the dock once the dock is on the back here. So let's take a look at how this will look, but I think this is going to work out pretty well. All right, that's perfect. And we still have access to, you know, this dock over here if we needed to or whatever. So I think that works out very nicely. And then what we'll do is we'll even maybe block this off so we still are inside here technically. Yeah, maybe just something like that, or I could even, I guess, come around the corner here. I don't know. I'll figure something out there, but I think that looks pretty good as of right now. All right, so it's time to set up the upper level here. So basically, I'm just going to be going along and filling in these 5 wide sections. We're even going to add a little arch to each one of them, so it will end up looking really cool. Now, realistically, you could close this all in and do windows just like below. I don't think it would look as good as what I'm going to do here, but maybe it would. I haven't actually tried that, I don't think. But here's the goal here. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to get the stone bricks out. I think this is going to look best for this roof design. And I'm going to come up here all the way, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to build one section of the roof. And this will allow us to copy it down the whole way. And then we're also going to add in a dormer, which you could do as well as if you were to close this in, you could have an upper dormer that actually comes out and has, you know, a bedroom in it or whatever on the 3rd story, I guess, technically. But I don't think that's necessary here. So what I'm doing is just a very simple roof onto the 2nd floor here. There'll be probably a relatively big building back here because this is a really big boathouse. But yeah, here's what we're doing. We're just going to add in a nice little roof section here, and then I'll show you the easiest way, in my opinion, at least I've found out so far, to make roofs. So all I've done is I've just copied the entire section here with World Edit. I'm going to draw it down here just on the first block, and then we'll even come out one and come out one over here. And then what I'm going to start doing is walking along, and actually first I had to copy it right here, and then we're going to walk along and paste it like so. I'm not actually sure. Oh, I know why this is pasting right, because I grabbed the bottom block. So let's actually just change this for a second. Let's actually grab this one. So for example, I'm going to grab this section by going up to the top here, just like so, grabbing that block just like that, coming back down all the way to the other side here, grabbing the bottom like so, and then doing a /copy on that. And then when I paste it, we should be able to, yeah, just go seamlessly and do the entire roof. And that did end up getting rid of this, but that's all right. So we'll just go ahead and quickly place that back in. We'll get rid of those, and then we also have to go over the other side here, and you're seeing that this looks like a really big roof, which it is, but we'll just go ahead and paste that. But I have a solution for that, which is going to kind of make the roof seem a little bit nicer, in my opinion. It's going to make it a little less boring for sure, and it will add a lot of detail, so that's what we're going to do next. Now I'm just going to create a nice little sort of outdoor detail over on this side, just like so. I might even close that in, I'm not sure. We'll have to see how it looks when it's all done. All right, so I finished up the main roof there. I'm actually just going along and adding a nice little detail here on the lower roof because it was looking a little bland, but we'll get back up to another way to sort of spice it up. It's definitely looking a little bit high, but that's all right. We'll be able to fix this here in a couple seconds with some nice detail. Perfect. All right, so here's the idea here. We're going to open this right up, and how we're going to do that is we're going to come out at least that far. I think what we'll do is we'll go back one more, and we'll actually rotate this block so it goes like that. And then we're going to open this all up just as a large section of the roof here. So this will come up a little ways and create just another nice little detail. And before I go, actually, you know what? I think that looks a little too small, so I'll go back and I'm going to just adjust it. And you can just sort of play around with this and make it as big as you'd like. But I might even actually go to here and open it up as big as that. So that's 2 more blocks back and open it up right to there. Because I think that will give it a really nice amount of detail. Hopefully it's not too big. Hopefully it's not too small. But I think something along this line will help. And I can sort of just play it out by eye and see how big I want it. And you could add multiple of these, one on the other side if you wanted to as well. I'm not going to bother with that because this is sort of the side that matters in terms of aesthetics. But this may even come up as high as the regular roof, which is cool. It depends on what you're going for. But I think this is actually going to work out really nicely, which, yes, I think it is. There we go. That's very, much larger and really substantial. I like the look of that. So I'm going to continue with that one. And now I'm just going to build it into the roof line. So I'm going to get rid of that block here. And I'm actually just going to build these all out like so. And I'm not even going to bother about curving them yet because they will do that automatically. So I'm just going to leave them like that. Do it on this side as well. Just like so. Then I'm going to go on the inside here, open it all up, and then all of those curves will be created automatically. So just like that, we're all good. Then I'm going to open this up like so, and then even just build it out like that. And now you can see that we're getting a really cool design coming out. So I'm liking how that's looking. What I'm going to do now is go along here and place in some blocks just like so. And now I'm going to go in and add all the arches I was talking about earlier. So for each one of these sections, I'm going to go along and just open it up like that. And we'll do this even for the upper ones, maybe even just like that. I'm not sure yet. I'll actually have to look at those again. But we'll go just like this along all of these open sections. And this will help add a lot of nice detail. Perfect. So that's all looking very good. Now we'll go along and add in our black stained glass just right along the top of the boathouse here. So this is a fairly wide one. In certain cases, I wouldn't make it this big, but I've had experiences now in the past of making them that they're a little too small. Either the boats don't fit in, so I make them too small completely in terms of going this way, or they just only fit, one or two, and that's not as fun as having three. So I figured, why not, if I'm going to do it with you guys, make a bigger one. You guys can scale down if you want, but just as the example here, showcase how you can still make the big ones look great. So that's looking really good now. I think that's coming along very nicely. So I want to add some more details, though. So I want to close this off back here. I want to actually go ahead and build that out like that. And this actually makes these into proper 5 wide sections. So that ends up working really nicely. This is going to come up just like so. And I had to come up with some sort of design for this. But you'll see here, come down like this, come around like this, and it's going to open up like this. And if you know what I'm making, it's going to actually be a fireplace. So I'm going to grab this acacia log. I'm going to try to maybe come along like this and build some sort of mantle out. I'm not sure if that will look good. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I think it kind of looks all right. So maybe we do something like that. That kind of looks decent. It might not. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's add some netherrack down here. So that kind of gives it a nice little fireplace mantle. We'll add some fire charge or something, either flint and steel or whatever, to light that up. That's all built into the archway very nicely, so I don't mind that. Let's grab some trapdoors as well to cover up these areas. That will also add some detail there. And then we'll even go ahead here and add maybe even one of those guys. That definitely helps close it in a little bit. Maybe do that. I don't know, I'm just sort of building it out a little bit here to see what I like. I don't like anything like that, but maybe even another little layer of slabs up there, and then something like that. There we go. I'm happy with that design. It's just nice and little intricate things with some slabs and stairs, so that looks pretty good in my opinion. So we'll leave that like that. Actually, not entirely, because we do want to come up out of the building here a little bit, so I'm going to build it out like so. And there we go. Now we have a chimney coming out the back of the build. So that's looking pretty good as well. Now, just as an example here, you could go along and add whatever you want outside. But here's an example of, some nice little seats or whatever. Maybe a couple little benches over here that people could come talk at. Maybe you could even do some outdoor couches on the inside here. So let's maybe start them right here. And, I'm just sort of, again, making this all up as I go. But this is all the stuff that really adds a detail to the builds. And maybe they're like a wooden bottom. Sure, that looks kind of cool. Something like that. Actually, I don't like that very much, so let's maybe change it out for the slabs. Just like that. There we go. Looking very good. Maybe there's a little dining table over here or something that comes into play. I'm not sure, but, again, just making it all up and adding little aesthetic things I think helps out on these kind of builds a lot. We'll add some white chairs for that one. Sure, why not? And so there's our little dining room. I'm going to actually go ahead and continue, make a couple more of these out here, and then I'm not sure. Do we want anything even in the middle here? I don't know. Maybe we'll just do like a nice little sitting area out here, just like so, with one little post here, and then some gray wool. And so now you start to look at this thing and you start to see that it's looking really cool. So now all it's left to do is the actual dock itself that comes off of this. So I'm going to go ahead and just build it into the ground here. So there's our first little bit of dock there. Now you can see how it connects into the stairs, and maybe there's even a little ramp to shore here or whatever, and it builds itself in, and maybe the grass comes along here and fills all that in, just like that. But now this dock area comes out and it comes all the way in front, and they usually even come in front of that boathouse a little bit here like so. Maybe not that far, but maybe like that. And bam, something along those lines kind of helps out, I think, quite a bit. So now what we're going to do is grab some actual, just actually more buffers, because we're going to outline this dock, make it a little bit thicker, as well as a little bit nicer. Now, also another thing you could do is even extend this dock so it kind of comes out like this and really widens out here. This kind of looks cool, I think, in some cases. Let's see how it looks here, because it's not super... Actually, no, I like that. It's not super long, but I think it helps. Maybe if we go out a couple more blocks here, bring that back, set that 5 as 1, and then we go along with our buffer. I think that would help out. So let's grab the buffers and go out and around the entire thing. And there we go. So that provides a lot of parking. You can even park probably, like a yacht along here if you wanted to. And then it also provides some nice protection for the boat. So I'm going to end up taking out a lot of these little islands too, so it won't look as ridiculous because it's pretty large. But yeah, otherwise I think it turned out looking really nice. And I think I'm going to leave it there. It's got a nice opening and whatnot. We've got this awesome dock, which maybe could use a little ladder or something at the end of it as a little bit of a detail thing, just like that. And bam, there we go. Really happy with that, and it's got a super wide opening. So again, you walk up here, and in fact, I forgot a little something here, which is where we're gonna come along here, just like so. Maybe even put a post there, and then build in a little, railing or whatever to keep the people walking there safe. Yeah, we can't build it any further up, but we could do that. There we go. That makes more sense. So we've got a nice little railing here. We've got nice little outdoor living space with the fireplace, which turns out looking really nice. We've got this whole opening area here. And then, of course, we've got the lower level, which is where the actual boats are parked. And you can enter that right through over here. The window is above it as well. And you got 3 slips for your boats with docks, that you can walk along each one and get in on either side. I think it turns out looking really nice, and it provides a lot of room. And, of course, you can just go under it like this, and you're back outside. But there we go. That's the actual design, and I think it turned out looking really good. So I am going to leave it there. If you guys did enjoy the video, please don't forget to go below. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next one.